Hey, Jen. So, kind of run down the list here. I feel like we hit a lot of different areas and body parts today. Starting with the easy stuff, the review, the shoulder. I think we keep still doing that band rotating out just because that right arm is still a little bit behind the left. It's not bad. It's really catching up. I think the change I'd like to see would be more reps on that right arm. You know, instead of just doing 10 or 15 per round, let's bump that up to 25 or 30. Really get fatigue. Or if the reps are getting a little sore, again, make sure everything is pain-free that we do here. What you could also do is do your normal 10 to 15 that you do, and then on that last one, bring it out and hold it. Just hold. It'll start to shake and shimmy a little bit, and finally when it fails, you're done. But I really think with a lot of the things we're doing here, a lot of what we're covering here, the basics are good, and the idea is good, and the execution is good, but I just want to just bump up that intensity a little bit. So on those, either more reps or just a really long, hard push at the end, just to finish it off. I think that'll help catch that shoulder up a little bit better, a little bit quicker, and then next time for the shoulder, we can maybe come up with a different game plan because I'm hoping they're a little bit more even. For the elbow, again, very similar to what we've already been doing. I still want ice. I still love this stretch for you. Again, treat it more like pre-activity stretch or post-activity stretch. I don't think you need to do it just because anymore, but I think you need to do it before the actions that you know are going to be making it tender, whether that's cleaning up around the house or knitting or yard work or whatever that may be. The only change I'd make there is I think we're past the rubber band strength. I think your forearm is definitely strong enough, and I think that's a little bit of child's play now. Again, you could always go back to it if you feel like you're a little sore or you have a little bit of a regression. I still love that movement. Again, straight elbow, challenging, bent elbow, a little less challenging. So you have room there to make that as hard as you'd like to make it. Where I'd like to see you make a change there is grab about a 5-pound dumbbell and let's work on just a long extended hold. Maybe 30 seconds would be a great goal time to start with. It's going to get really fatiguing and burning in here. As long as we're not having pain in that spot, we're fine. Again, straight arm's great. If there is pain with the straight arm, just a slight elbow bend. Again, we're training the forearm muscles to be ready for whatever life throws at them. So long holds with a 5-pounder. Don't beat that one up. That one might only be, just try that once a day and see if you like it. But I think that's going to be a good change because, heck, when we did both arms, the right one was weaker. That shouldn't be the case for that arm for you. So let's start building up the conditioning on that right arm with some long holds. Again, pain-free, obviously. I'll let you decide how you want to address the knitting. I'm going to ask for a little bit of a breather here for a few days, but as far as when you get back into it, try to alter that technique if you can. The left calf, I think that behind the knee pain was purely calf. I think it takes a big stretch to get it to remedy what you're feeling, but you can't go wrong with, here I'll kind of point over this way. I love a good wedge or whatever you can step on at home and get a good heel drop is a great way to do it. Again, you can go into the wall, you can go behind you if you want. I don't care, but a big aggressive straight knee, that's very important, the straight knee calf stretch. Last category is the stairs. I think, again, you can do them. You can go up and down without much problem. Obviously, it just gets more difficult at the top. It feels labored at the top. Great. So let's move the bar a little bit. I want you a couple times a day if you can to go up and down holding weight. Hold a basket, hold a box, whatever you can. Let's make that challenging. What holding that's going to do is keep you off the rail, which I think is just already a win if you can go up and down without the rail. And then that's going to make you engage all the musculature a little bit better. It's just going to be a good workout. That's your workout. 2 or 3 flights up the stairs holding 15 pounds. Heck of a workout. You will get better as you go. If you don't like that one as much, or obviously if you feel unsteady, you could always hold something in one hand and still have the rail if you need it. But I'd love to see you eventually going to just holding. Or you could do what we did here today and find a tall step and work on more height without extra weight that's fine. Probably maybe a little harder to find and get to. So I think the lowest hanging fruit, the easiest answer there is to carry weight up the stairs. That way, when you don't have weight going up the stairs, it's gonna feel like flying. At least that's the goal. But heck, that's what all weightlifting is to challenge it at the gym, so when you're in real life, things are easier. And I think we can do the same at home with the stairs. The other alternative would be to work on stairs at like any time, and if they have a good stair climber, that's where we can maybe play around with that down the road if we ever do a local, if we do a field trip. Try that out. If you're not digging it, please let me know quickly, and we can adjust that. But I think carrying weight up the stairs will be a huge benefit because, again, we've spent the last few months working on individual muscle groups and lunging and squatting and bending and all these movements that I think you are very, very, very capable of now. And now it's just kind of putting it all together into a more challenging activity. That's what the long walks are doing. That's what the elliptical's doing, and that's now what the stairs are going to do. So for the walks, my answer is let's keep powering through and try to add a few minutes whenever you can. You get to that tired spot, maybe you take a little breather, reset, and then keep chugging along. Same with the elliptical. I love the feeling of exhaustion that you get. Let's try to deep breaths. All right, let's get 2 more minutes in. Whatever it can be, whatever you're doing now, I know you're capable of a little bit more because there's no pain and because you are. I know you're able to fight through and you have a little bit more. So that's my advice. I hope it's well received. And I look forward to hearing about it. But again, right shoulder, a few more reps or a nice long hold at the end. Elbow, let's add the weight and adjust the knitting. And stretch that left calf and walk up the stairs holding some weight. And I'll leave that to you how much, but you know I'd love to make it a good challenge whenever you can. So all the best. Let's do it again in a month, and looking forward to a good report. All right, take care, Jen. Bye.